Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back. The NFL draft is just a couple weeks away. I believe it's April 26th is when it starts. So we are, a little under 3 weeks away. And I'm going to do a mock draft of the first round. So this is the mock draft simulator from PFF, Pro Football Focus. And it says select your teams. So I selected from 1 all the way to 32. It is only one round. We are only doing the first round here. And let's get started. So obviously, Jacksonville. I mean, you know what Jacksonville's doing. I know what Jacksonville's doing. And Urban Meyer said what Jacksonville is doing. So we're selecting Trevor Lawrence with the first overall pick. Second overall pick, the Jets just traded away Sam Darnold. So any possibility of them not taking a quarterback went out the window. So Zach Wilson, you're going 2. Now, the 49ers, you traded up to 3. You know why? Because you're taking a quarterback. Justin Fields goes at number 3. Now, this is actually where it gets interesting, okay? At the number 4 pick. This is a little interesting because Atlanta could trade this pick away to a team trying to jump up for a quarterback, or they could easily go and say, F it, let's get this position. Now, I think they could, if they sit still, I think they could definitely go Kyle Pitts, the tight end from Florida. Just because, they have Hayden Hurst, but let's face it, he's not anything super special. So, we're going to see what trade offers are there. It said 4. There we go. Okay. Select a team to trade with. Broncos are looking at the 9 spot. The Dallas Cowboys, which is 10. The Baltimore Ravens, which is 27. And the Green Bay Packers, 29. Now, I think Denver Broncos, and they are going to possibly trade into this spot. But it's to take a quarterback if they do. Now, Kyle Pitts, yes, Matt Ryan's getting a little older. Can you imagine Kyle Pitts, Julio Jones, and Calvin Ridley all in the same offense? They're drafting him. Now, the Bengals, with Kyle Pitts off the board, if either Atlanta takes a quarterback or if they trade out of that spot and the team that traded up takes a quarterback, I could definitely see them taking Kyle Pitts to help out Joe Burrow. But in this case, they are helping Joe Burrow by getting him protection. Now, the Dolphins traded from 3 to 12 and then from 12 to 6. They traded from 12 to 6. Sorry, my phone just went off. But they traded from 12 to 6 so that way they could get a good wide receiver, and not just a good one, the best wide receiver on the board. Lions, they need a wide receiver. And I know Devontae Smith, he's supposedly, he's supposed to be he's lightweight, but he plays better than that. Well, I'm sorry, but you're going Jalen Waddle. That leaves the Panthers. Now, the Panthers, I think they could easily go Trey Lance here. But that kind of screws up the whole thing about trading for Sam Darnold. So I don't think they're going to end up doing that. They could, but that'd be stupid since they just traded for Darnold. Now, what could you possibly do to help out Sam Darnold? Take a wide receiver, which is why they select Devontae Smith. Broncos, I guess they have little to no faith in Drew Lock, which is why they take Trey Lance. The Dallas Cowboys, they need defense. So I'm thinking you pair Diggs with his old teammate. You have the Bama boys. Patrick Surtain the second goes at number 10. The Giants, they need a tackle. They need an offensive line, just in general, to help Daniel Jones. So I think they take Rashawn Slater. Eagles, it looks like they're committing to Jalen Hurts. But, I mean, you're at pick 12 and Micah Parsons is still there. You're taking Micah. 13, you have the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, I'm trying to think about their defense. And I know J.C. Horn is a very, very, very good corner. So I think they take J.C. here. The Minnesota Vikings. I mean, they need offensive line help. So I don't think they need receivers because they have Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. So you really don't need a third guy, especially not here. There are much higher needs. Yes, you did just lose, what's his name? Anthony Harris. So you could go Darrisaw. You could go Morig. You did lose Everson Griffin a while ago. I think you guys had Yannick Ngakoue for a hot minute. Until he got traded to Baltimore. So, could you use D-line help? I'm going to say they go... This one's tough. This one's definitely tough. I'm going to say they go Darrisaw. The Patriots, they have Mac Jones fall right to them at 15. Now, I've seen people say that the 49ers could potentially draft Mac Jones at 3. That's not happening, okay? It's not. So, I think 15 is an okay place for him because otherwise he might slide to he could easily slide to Washington at 19. He could, if the Patriots say, we're going to roll with Cam. Now, the Patriots also, I think one of their big needs is possibly D-line. I think they need D-line. I know it's not any of the three here, quarterback, wide receiver, or corner, but they just signed a couple wide receivers. You still have, the hell is his name? Gilmore. And I think you still have McCourty. So, the next corner is Greg Newsome II. I'm going to say they take the defensive lineman from Alabama, Christian Barmore. The Cardinals here, I would say, let me think. They have... Give me a moment to think. They got trying to think of their receivers. Just oh my god. Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins. They have Hopkins, they have Kirk, and they just signed someone too, I think. I know they have Andy Isabella. But I think they signed someone else along with it. So, I don't think they need a receiver. It's not any of their needs here. Tight end. There's no one worth taking that isn't a reach. Defensive line, they did just lose Christian to the Patriots. They need corner. The next corner would be Newsome. So I'm gonna say, I think they just lost a linebacker as well. They just lost. He played at Temple. What the hell is his name? I know who I'm talking about, but they just lost him. So they do have Jeremiah here as well. So it's Jeremiah, or do you go corner? Because you just lost Pat Pete. So I'm going to say the loss of Pat Pete forces them to take Greg Newsome II from Northwestern. And the Raiders are beyond pissed. But that's okay, because they're going to select Trevon Mulrig from TCU. Miami Dolphins. Now, you just drafted a receiver. You're not going to draft another one. Would it be nice to have someone to protect Tua? Yes, it would. But you see, tackle and guard, then D-line and edge. So it's, do you want defense or do you want to protect Tua? Because let's face it, his injury history is not the best. So because of that, I'm going to say that they go Walker Little from Stanford. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, looky. That's really in-depth. And this is where Mac Jones goes at 19. Chicago Bears. They're probably a little ticked off about that. So, what else do you need? You're going to give Andy Dalton some help. You're going to take Rashad Bateman from Minnesota. Colts. You could go Elijah Moore, help Carson Wentz out a little bit more. You could go defense. So Kwity Paye from Michigan. But I think you go Elijah Moore from Mississippi. Give Carson Wentz a little bit more help. Titans. Now you're pissed. Because that was supposed to be your guy. Now, Terrace Marshall. You're probably reaching on him a little. I mean, a little. He's probably an early second rounder, so you're probably fine drafting him. Because it is a position of need. The Jets are on the clock again for the second time this round because of trading Jamal Adams. Now, you drafted a quarterback, so you got that checked off. Ooh, and what is this? Kwity Paye falls right into your lap. So you're going to draft him. And the Steelers are now on the board. Now, there's quarterback, tackle, and guard all on the board. Dylan is an option. Tevin Jenkins from Oklahoma State is an option. Who else? There's a couple of nice corners that probably should have gone already. And Steven Nelson is gone. But I think the need for an offensive line is so great. You take Tevin Jenkins. He plays one tackle position. And you have what's it called? Play fight it out for the other tackle position. So Jenkins, boom. And the Jags. Now you took a quarterback, so you solved that issue. Now you need a tackle. Well, Steelers just took Jenkins, so you can take Reddens. The Browns. Now the Browns, you have D-line, edge, and linebacker. Jeremiah is still there from Notre Dame. So, go ahead and take him. Now the Ravens, you guys have been waiting for any wide receiver to sign with you. You got Sammy Watkins, I think. You're drafting a receiver. Saints. So it looks like maybe Jameis is going to be the quarterback. You're going to have Jameis and Taysom fight it out. I think Jameis might win that battle, though. But look who it is. Caleb Farley. Marshawn Lattimore's in a little bit of trouble. So this just plays opposite, and just in case something happens with Marshawn. Caleb Farley. Alright. The Packers are now on the board. Now, they need a few things, but I think Asante Samuel Jr. would be a nice pick for them. Now, you re-sign Kevin King. You have Jair Alexander. Kevin King's... So, Asante Samuel Jr., I think this could be a nice pickup for them, whether he plays slot or outside, but just to have someone. The Bills are now on the clock. They need pressure. They're going to get Jason Owa from Penn State. Chiefs, what do you need? Protection and pressure. But protection for Patrick Mahomes is more important. So, Elijah, you're going there. All right. Buccaneers. Now, do you take someone now where they aren't going to help you immediately? Or do you get someone who can help now or help later? So this is where I think it can be interesting. But I'm going to say that they go get an edge guy because I'm not sure if Shaq Barrett is going to be there next season. Or wait, did he get tagged? No, Chris Godwin got tagged. Who got... Yeah, Chris Godwin got tagged, so that means Shaq Barrett got a contract. Okay, so never mind what I just said. So if you look, do you really need another wide receiver with Godwin, Evans? We don't know if Antonio Brown's coming back. So could you select Kadarius Toney? Absolutely you could. Is that the smartest pick? No. So I'm going to say, Now, this is actually interesting because this is the last pick of the draft. This is the last pick that's going to have a first round. This is the last pick that's going to have a fifth-year option. So this actually has a little bit of meaning to it, which is interesting. So, man, I think they could definitely use corner. Or just help on the back end in general. Pair with Junior over there. Antoine Winfield Jr. So I'm going to say Jamar Johnson gets selected there. So let's see. Okay, Trevor Lawrence got an A. Zach Wilson got an A. Justin Fields, A. Kyle Pitts, B-. B+, B, C, Christian Darrisaw. Oof. Oh, a D+ for Walker Little? Ouch. A C- on Tevin Jenkins. And a C+ on Jamar Johnson. I mean, you still had like A- and a couple A+ in there. Yeah, Mac Jones, 19, was an A+. So, that was a mock draft of the first round. This is not going to be anywhere near what actually happens. We know that. There are going to be trades. There are going to be surprise picks where someone should have been picked already and wasn't. And someone shouldn't have been picked, and yet they were. So, it's definitely interesting. So, that's what I got for the mock draft. If you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like on your channel. Please hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on. I'll see you guys next video. Later. And guys, one extra thing is that on the day of the draft, or actually the night of the draft, when it's occurring, I am going to be live streaming on Twitch, and I'm going to be in a draft party. Obviously, COVID, there's no actual parties, but I'm going to be in the Discord talking with a few friends. So when that happens, when we get closer to that, I will leave the link in the description and let you guys know about it. Later.
Once I was 7 years old, Mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old.